ladies. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. Today is Tuesday, February, March the 14th, 2023. On a scale of 1 to 10, it was about a 7. It was 7. It was solid. Okay, so we see Sally thinking about Summer, and she's in this dream state. They've been doing a lot of this lately, but she's in this dream state, and she's thinking about how Summer is telling her that there's something between you and Adam. It's just something still there, and so she's thinking about that, and it turns into Adam. So now she's thinking about Adam and how he bought her flowers on her first day at Newman Media, and how she was just so nervous, and how he says we belong together and we should be together, all of that. So she's just dreaming about Adam and how he's pursuing her, right? So then we see Nick and Victoria is just sitting at the Grand Phoenix, and he said, "What you doing here?" She said, I came for a glass of wine and do a little work and all that." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And so then they sit down and they start talking, and they start talking about Sally, and she says, "How is she?" And I know Adam's is Adam behaving, and he was like, he's been putting his good foot forward. And she said, "But you know how dangerous Adam is, so keep your back, watch your back, keep your guard up." And he said, "I know I don't have to tell you that as well." And he said, "But Adam did confirm that Dad wanted him to run with McCall whenever he got a hold of it." And Victoria's like, "Please, I'm gonna fold McCall into Newman." And Nick is just like, "Why, Victoria? Like, why do we have to have this fight? Just give this man that company and just let it be that." And she said, "That is bad parenting on Victor's part." Now, Victoria, she's doing this for selfish reason, but she's telling the truth. She was like, he's controlling Adam by offering him this company and everything. She said, "We all know how this is going to end up." But Nick is just like, "So let Dad and Adam worry about that. So now you care about mental, Adam's emotional well-being. Just let them deal with that. Victoria, just get this man this company, and let's not start a fight and leave this alone." But she doesn't want to do it because Victoria doesn't want to give an inch when it comes to Adam. So then Nate shows up, right? So when Nate shows up, he says, "Oh, Elena went to sleep, so I was gonna come here and see if you still want to meet." Now, how you know she was gonna be at society and all that? But anyways, um, I guess she did call him yesterday. She did call him yesterday. But anyways, so they meet up, and right, and Nick is just looking at it. He just looking at it like, but he going upstairs to Sally, he's banging on the door. And so she was in tears in her dream or whatever, because Sally is confused. Really, she knows she wants to still be with Adam. And I said, "Girl, if you want to be with Adam, just go ahead and say that." Because as Victoria was telling Nick, "Are you afraid that?" Victoria told Nick that she thinks Adam and Sally are the best match. Like, they match better to her than he and Sally. But he said he doesn't agree with that. Of course you don't. You're the man that wants Sally. But anyway, so she opens the door and she starts ripping off his clothes, and they get in the bed and everything. And then she wakes up and tells him, like, she's been thinking about Summer and how Summer started off the conversation, very mute. And I said it like but very mute and everything. and and then by the end of the conversation, she was just telling her about her and Adam and how good they were together and all that. And he said, "Does that bother you?" And she's like, "I don't know." And he was like, "So, tell me where this is coming from." And she said, "I've been having these weird dreams about how difficult my life is going to be, with Adam in it." I said, "That's not what you was dreaming, but I guess maybe that's how I don't know." Sally needs to tell the truth to Nick about how she really feels about Adam, but she's not. So then Nate and Victoria start talking, right? And they start talking business about, McCall, and how they think Ashley bought up the dead, and they don't know why she would buy it up. But maybe it's because she wants control over Tucker, and maybe Tucker just doesn't have that fire anymore in him. Like, maybe his life did make a life alter no wait life changing, he made life changes when he got into his car wreck. And maybe it is changing the way he sees things, or altering the way he sees things. Maybe he's more relaxed and he doesn't want that hustle. And she said, "Not, me, I'm always going to have that in my blood to go after what I want." So they talking, right? and they're talking about Ashley and Tucker. Then it switches to where they're talking about them, but they're really talking about their situation and how, you know, that you have to give into your desires and your control, and have to take control of what you want and all this. And they said, we're not talking about Ashley and Tucker anymore. So cutting to the chase, child, Victoria said, listen, Nate, I got a room upstairs. I said, what? She said, this ain't about business or any of that. I got a room upstairs. You let me know what you want to do. If you don't come up, that's fine. I won't take it personal. It has nothing to do with your job or anything. This is about us. I said, Victoria. She said, yes. And so we gonna see if Nate goes upstairs. So then Summer is pretty much quiet. Like Sally said, she's not saying anything. But Kyle is just like, y'all are engaged. What? This is happening too fast. Like he doesn't believe it. He can't believe this is happening. But Jack just tells him, listen, we're happy. This is what we want to do. It was a natural move. We've been in this for years. I mean, you new to it, but we've been not been like this. We've been, lovey dovey and could be a couple or whatever. So it is what it is. Y'all gonna have to get on board and everything. That's pretty much what they were saying. Y'all gonna have to get on board. So then Jack and Diane went out to dinner. And Summer just tells Kyle, I think this is Diane's plan. This has been her plan all along. And Kyle is offended by that. But y'all know I've been saying that since Diane first came to town. I said she wants Jack. Kyle is just a bonus. And that's pretty much what Summer said. She wanted Jack. You were just an added bonus onto it. Kyle is offended by that because he was like, she came for me and everything, and you think she would plot that? She said everything about Diane has been a lie from the very beginning. The way she tricked Jack into coming to LA, the way she didn't say about Allie, but the way she used Allie, the way she got back into your life, it was all a lie and a scheme. And she said, so why would you be surprised? That she said, this ain't sitting right. And when everybody start finding out, they're gonna be pissed. And she said, and wait until my mother finds out. Oh my gosh. And so Kyle is not happy about this either, and Summer isn't as well. So then we see Phyllis on the phone with Jeremy Stark, and he's telling her to get the job done. And she said, wait a minute, don't you threaten me. And I said, I thought Phyllis and Jeremy Stark was gonna have more of a relationship than whatever this is. I don't know. I'm not liking it. But anyways, so Lauren comes up and she hears Phyllis talking on the phone. She was like, who you talking to? Phyllis said, oh, I was just trying to make a mani petty, like go to the salon and all that. And she said, that sounded really intense. She said, I've been apologizing so much lately. And then she apologizes to Lauren for being so intense the last time they spoke, but she thanks her for, setting her straight. And Lauren said, are you? And she said, yeah, I'm good now. I'm really good now. I'm trying to work on relationships, and I've been making a lot of amends and apologies. So then Jack and Diane come up, and I said, please just go to y'all table. But Jack and Diane, of course, has to come over there to Phyllis and Lauren. And so Phyllis was just like, y'all look good. And they were like every time Phyllis says something, Diane always has to make a smart coming back. And Jack never says anything about that. But so she was like, oh, really? That almost sounds civil and everything. And Phyllis says, I was being civil because she said, at the end of the day, I want what you guys have. I want love. I want romance. I said, but bring it with somebody who had, because I was for Jeremy and Phyllis, but he ain't got no money. I wanted her to be with somebody with money and somebody with power, and they're doing their own thing. Find her that man, and don't bring a new character in for her. Don't let it be anybody else on this show, to be quite honest with you. And let him be able to handle Phyllis and all that comes with Phyllis. But anyway, so she's talking about that, and he's like, okay, and they're like, okay. And she says, I'm just surprised to see y'all here. It's just y'all are here. And so then Jack and Diane go sit down. The next thing we see, they're sitting down, and then Jack gets up and he said, you said you're surprised to see us here. And she said, what? What are y'all talking? Well, what is it? I just said I was surprised. She said Jeremy's in Paris looking for y'all, and y'all are here. And they were like, how do you know that? And Lauren, how do you know that? Friend, you're not a friend. You asked me that in quiet, in a long time with us. And so Phyllis says, "Oh, because I told him." She said, "He's been trying to get me to work with you, but he's dangerous." She said, I found that out from the beginning. Like, I didn't take as long as you, Diane, to figure out he was dangerous." I said, "Phyllis." But she said, "Yeah, he's dangerous." And so I told him he was in Europe. So y'all sit down. Go enjoy your meal. Go ahead and enjoy. So Diane and Jack go back and sit down. And Lauren said, "What you playing at?" And she said, "Nothing. I want all the happiness for Diane and Jack." And I said, "Phyllis, I don't even believe that." But you know, you my girl. Anyways, y'all, that was the Young and the Restless today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you tomorrow for an all new episode of What Happened on the Soap Young and the Restless edition.